Hello, y'all. Welcome back to From the Red Carpet. I think it's like episode 8 now. I don't know. I've lost track. Anyway, so today we have some set photos of Sasha Calle in costume as Supergirl on the set of The Flash. And not only that, but ever since Aaron Taylor Johnson has been cast as Kraven the Hunter, that film's been gaining a lot of attention as well. But who's the villain gonna be? Well, how about I answer that for you? So stay tuned. Hold on, there's a little bit more. So, the She-Hulk series on Disney Plus has been kind of talked about, and they cast Tatiana Maslany as Jennifer Walters. We know that already. But recently, a new person's been added to the cast, and they'll be playing the main villain, if not one of the villains. Who is it? Well, let's dive right in and find out. So, as I've talked about a lot lately, the Flash film is gaining a lot of attention, especially when it comes to the laundry list of characters being added to the cast. In addition to Ezra Miller's Flash and Ben Affleck's Batman, of course we're getting Michael Keaton's Batman, and I'm overly hyped about that. But in addition to them, Iris West Allen, Supergirl, both Nora and Henry Allen, which originally they replaced Barry's dad with his mom because the actor who plays the dad, Billy Crudup, couldn't return for the film. But from what it looks like now, they recasted Henry Allen with Ron Livingston. So, we're getting both parents. Also, it looks like Wonder Woman might make an appearance. And even more surprising, recently, news dropped that the Arrowverse Flash, Grant Gustin, will have a cameo in the film too. I'm not sure to what extent, but that's extremely exciting news. If you've ever seen the Flash series on the CW, then you know all about the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, where Ezra Miller actually had a small cameo in the show, furthering the existence of the multiverse. I mean, there's at least like 3 different Flash in that series, but still. Anyway, back to the film. A photo surfaced not too long ago of Supergirl's logo, and judging off of that, the speculation that she'll be playing the Sir El version of the character has been thrown out, and now we can actually see she'll be Laura Lane Kent. Which is interesting because in the comics, more specifically in Justice, Laura is actually Clark and Lois's unborn daughter. In the Injustice storyline, under the Joker's influence, a corrupted Superman actually kills Lois while she's pregnant with Laura. And this is hinted at kind of in Snyder Cut during that nightmare scene. They do mention it briefly. So, through one of Superman's dreams, he sees what she could have been, which is basically the next Supergirl. Maybe even more powerful. So it'll be interesting to see how they integrate this into the Flashpoint storyline. But I'm not done there. We now have some set photos. So we have Sasha Calle on set as Supergirl. Her costume looks really good, and it's extremely comic accurate, so that's exciting. Also, we can see Michael Keaton on set. He's not in the Batman costume, but his presence is still there, so that's something. And yeah, Ezra Miller. Of course he's in the damn movie, so here he is. Alright, moving on. The Kraven film has cast Aaron Taylor Johnson as its lead role of Sergei Kravinoff. And while we thought it was odd that an MCU alumni was playing another character tied to the MCU, it gets even more connected than we originally thought. So I guess, technically, Kraven is a Sony Spider-Verse film, and while they're all somewhat tied to the MCU, they aren't directly. So it's like a loophole, I guess. He could be both Quicksilver and Kraven, but shh, just don't think about it. Anyway, so another famous Spider-Man villain has been added to the cast, and it's one of Spidey's original villains from the comics. Yes, I'm talking about Chameleon. It's been confirmed that Dmitry Smeardirker, aka the Chameleon, will be the film's antagonist. There's no talk yet as to who's playing the character, but seeing as to how he's already appeared in Far From Home, yep, that's him actually hanging out with Mysterio and Fury. I'm assuming they'll probably just use this guy. And I'm not knocking the Spider-Verse films, but why are they doing these villain versus villain films? I guess you could say that Venom and Morbius and Kraven are like anti-heroes, but still, like, it's weird without Spider-Man. Alright, Well, the She-Hulk Disney Plus series will debut next year with Tatiana Maslany leading the show as Jennifer Walters. In addition to her, we can expect the return of Abomination, played by Tim Roth, and of course, Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk. I mean, he's kind of vital to her whole transformation into She-Hulk, so we kind of need him to be in there. But there's also a new addition, and that of Jamila this girl, who will be playing the villain, Titiana. Titania, whatever. So, who is Titiana exactly? Well, her real name is actually Mary McPherson. She was a shy, timid girl who got picked on constantly. But, quite often, Mary got mistaken for Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman, due to their appearance. So one day, during the Battleworld event, which is where all these heroes and villains in the Marvel Universe were forced to compete in this giant arena, Mary accidentally got teleported there, and she was given these superpowers using alien technology by, of course, Doctor Doom. So Mary gained super strength and durability, as well as, a huge muscular physique. Later, back on Earth, she quickly developed a rivalry with She-Hulk, and became one of her main villains. It'll be really interesting to see how this plays out in the MCU. I mean, later down the road, there is a plan for a Battleworld film, which will be one of the Avengers films. But that's not till Phase 5 or so. And by that point, we should have Doctor Doom already in the MCU. But She-Hulk is debuting in Phase 4, technically, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see how everything unfolds. Alright guys, well, this has been another episode of From the Red Carpet. If you enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.